EA Sports. It's in the game.
Well, I look at it myself as the beginning, really, of an exploration.
Here we are at Perth for the exhibition match between Australia and USA. Jim Maxwell is with me in the commentary box for this game.
Thanks, Richie.
It's baking hot in here today. I really feel for the players who'll have to be out there in the sun all day. So the outcome is that USA have elected to field. It'll be interesting to see if that was the right decision as the game progresses. A big audience is waiting to welcome these two sides onto the field. So let's take a look at the teams. Here's the lineup for Australia. Gilchrist, Hayden, Ponting, Martin, Kadich, Clark, Simons, Hussey, Hogg, Gillespie and McGrath. And here's the lineup for USA. Johnson, Alexander, Ramiro, Marcia, Staple, Lambert, Blake, Ijaz Ali, Dean, Reid and Johnson. So we're all ready for the first ball of the innings. Reid, the ball to Gilchrist. Reid to Gilchrist. Gilchrist waiting at the striker's end. Messiah is after that one, pushed through the covers. There's the first runs of the day for Australia. Reid, the ball to Hayden. Hayden waiting at the striker's end. A very good over. Only one offered in the end. Gilchrist is now facing.
Richie, you've seen some great batsmen. Who's the best in the contemporary game?
The qualities of a great batsman are best shown these days by watching Sachin Tendulkar. He has the ability to play very straight in defence of back and front foot, and he has close to perfect footwork. Add to that a wonderful range of strokes, then you have a great entertainer, as well as someone who is brilliant technically. Gilchrist facing. Johnson, the ball to Gilchrist. That has to be close. No response from the umpire. The fielders were very confident about that one, but to no avail.
Yes, Richie, worth a shout. It must have been close, although probably not out. That was a tough decision for the umpire.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Gilchrist facing. That was a no ball by Johnson. Gilchrist waiting at the striker's end. It's straight at Ramiro. A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. Johnson to Gilchrist.
That's a superb over. Now the pressure will be on the batsman to score some runs.
Reed continues. Staple is in pursuit. He's worked that into the gap. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Reed. Reed won't like that at all.
He really is very good straight down the ground.
Let's see the action replay of that. Reed continues. It's straight to a fielder. Reed to Hayden. Stopped by Alexander. Hayden waiting at the striker's end. Stopped in the covers. Reed continues. Staple is chasing that one. And 6. Hayden moves on to 12.
He absolutely loves to...
We can have a look at that again. Reed, the ball to Hayden. Staple is after it. He's got hold of that one. Out of the ground.
The bowler won't like that one little bit.
Let's see the action replay of that. Gilchrist facing. Johnson at the start of his run-up. Johnson to Gilchrist. Johnson continues. hit straight to a fielder. Gilchrist waiting at the striker's end. U.S.A is after that one. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Johnson. They were hoping to cover in the stand there.
He's always looking for that shot. It's a really strong point for him.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Johnson continues. Reed is after it. These runs will be signalled as leg byes. Johnson now has figures of 2 overs, no maidens, 0 for 7. This partnership is now 27. Gilchrist is now facing. It's straight at U.S.A. Gilchrist facing. Reed to bowl to Gilchrist. Reed continues. That was a no ball by Reed. Play it away with comfort. There's the umpire signal. No ball. Hayden facing. He's got it into the gap. He's not a good judge of a run, is he? Hayden has said Reed to Gilchrist. Staple is in pursuit. That's in the stands. 6 runs. Gilchrist absolutely smashed. We can have a look at that again. Gilchrist waiting at the striker's end. Lambert is chasing that one. There'll be runs here. That's cut off by Lambert. That's a good call from Gilchrist. 15 overs are left for Australia. These 2 players have now put on 36. Johnson continues. U.S.A is after that one. Pushed into the gap. U.S.A out at long on. Johnson the bowl to Hayden. Staple is chasing that one. And 6.
Well, you can't set fields for shots like that. That's brilliant.
Let's see the action replay of that. Johnson continues. That's out.
For those of you watching at home, that's a good example of how to take a catch.
Johnson gets his first wicket. Hayden is making his way back to the pavilion.
He played really well out there, but lost his concentration at a vital moment.
This was how the innings ended for Hayden. Ponting is the new batsman for Australia. Johnson to bowl to Ponting. Stopped by Blake. Ponting facing. That's been given as a wide.
There are stricter rules on wides in one-day cricket, so you need to be careful not to drift down the leg side.
Johnson to Ponting. Hit straight to a fielder. Johnson continues. Hit straight at Lambert. 7 runs came from that over by Johnson.
A good mix of hitting and controlled strokes here today by Australia.
Gilchrist waiting at the striker's end. Gilchrist waiting at the striker's end. Stopped by Ijaz Ali. Reed to Gilchrist. Pushed into the gap. Fielded by the man at long on. Ponting facing. That's found the gap in the field. Fielded by the man at long on. An easy single there to Ponting. The score is now 1 for 47. Reed continues. That was a no ball by Reed. There's the umpire signal. No ball. Reed continues. That's gone way into the stands. 6 runs. The 50 is up for Australia.
He absolutely loves to play that shot. It's a big run score for him.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Gilchrist facing.
Run! No!
Blake out at long off. That over cost 9 runs. Johnson to begin a new over. Played into the gap. Fielded in the deep by Masia. The fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. They've turned that into 2. That's good running. Johnson to bowl to Ponting. Ouch, that must have hurt. Johnson continues. And that's out. Caught by Blake.
That was a bad shot. Really seemed to lose concentration.
Johnson gets his second wicket. Australia, 2 down now for 56.
He wasn't there for very long, as his score shows.
This was how the wicket fell. The next batsman is Martin. Martin waiting at the striker's end. Johnson, the ball to Martin. Martin facing. There should be some runs here. Blake out at long on. 2 runs came from that over for Australia.
This is what you'd call a healthy run rate. We'll see if they can carry it throughout the innings.
Lambert to Gilchrist. That one's gone to the fence. Gilchrist moves on to 27.
He is particularly strong through the covers.
Let's see the action replay of that. Gilchrist waiting at the striker's end. Confident appeal. No response from the umpire. A huge shout, but with no reward.
Yes, Richie, definitely worth a shout there. That was a tough decision for the umpire.
We can have a look at that again. Lambert, the ball to Gilchrist. He's got it into the gap. He's really given that a whack. 6 runs.
Overpitched to him, and you can guarantee it'll get punished.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Lambert to Gilchrist. There it goes. Just 1 run, 2 now for 67. Martin facing. Stopped in the covers. Martin waiting at the striker's end. Hit straight to a fielder. 11 overs are left for Australia.
Australia need to keep it tighter than that.
This partnership is now 11. Gilchrist is now facing. Tucked off his legs. That's over the rope. 6 runs off U.S.A. That was 6 all the way.
Another one of those, and this bowler could be out of the attack.
We can have a look at that again. U.S.A. to Gilchrist. That was a lively delivery by U.S.A. Gilchrist facing.
total misjudgment there. He was off balance as he went to take it.
A single to Gilchrist. Ijaz Ali to bowl to Martin. Hit straight at Staple. Ijaz Ali to bowl to Martin. Stopped by Johnson. Martin waiting at the striker's end. That's the end of the 10th over. These two players have now put on 18. Gilchrist to face an over of spin. Lambert continues. Lambert to continue with his off-spin.
Run.
These runs will be signalled as leg byes. Umpires signalling that as leg byes. Lambert to Martin. He runs here. Johnson got it long on. Those are the first runs for Martin. Lambert continues. Lambert to continue with his off-spin. A very good over. Only 2 off it in the end. These two have taken their partnership to 20. Ijaz Ali to start another over of this long spell.
Right.
Ijaz Ali gets his first wicket. This was the end of the innings for Martin. Kadich is the next batsman in. Kadich waiting at the striker's end. Ouch, that must have hurt. Kadich facing. He's worked that into the gap. That's the first runs of the day for Kadich. Australia are 3 for 77. Ijaz Ali to bowl to Gilchrist.
Got him. He's gone. He didn't even get near that delivery. You totally beat him.
Ijaz Ali gets his second wicket. This was how the wicket fell. Clark comes in at number 5. Ijaz Ali continues. Ijaz Ali to Clark. Ijaz Ali had the batsman in trouble with that one. A very good over. Only 1 off it in the end. Lambert continues. Pushed into the gap. Just 1 run for now for 78. Clark facing. Amazing catch.
The fielder did well there. He made it look easy, but it was a difficult catch to take.
Lambert gets his first wicket. We can have a look at that again. Simons is the next man in. Lambert to Simons. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Lambert. One will hope like that one little bit.
His straight driving is perfect at times.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Simons waiting at the striker's end. Lambert to continue with his off-spin. A single to Simons. Lambert continues. That's found the gap in the field. That's a fantastic strike. Lambert don't like that at all.
The bowler doesn't look too happy about it. There might be a little bit more in the next one.
Let's see the action replay of that. Ijaz Ali to begin a new over. Ijaz Ali has got him.
He seemed to completely misjudge the delivery and ended up playing all around.
That's the 3rd wicket now for Ijaz Ali. This was how the innings ended for Simons. Hussey is the new batsman for Australia. Hussey waiting at the striker's end. Smashed that one right out of the ground. Hussey absolutely. Let's see the action replay of that. Ijaz Ali to bowl to Hussey. Ijaz Ali continues. Ijaz Ali continues. Hussey facing. Comfortably held by Johnson.
That was a bad shot. He really seemed to lose concentration.
Lambert gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. Tadic is now on strike.
Got him. He totally deceived him in that delivery and it beat him all ends up.
Lambert gets his 2nd wicket. We can have a look at that again. The next man in is Gillespie. Lambert to Gillespie. There are only Lambert continues. There it goes.
Total misjudgment there. He was off balance as he went to take it.
That's the first runs of the day for Gillespie. Gillespie facing. Lambert to continue with his off-spin. Lambert to bowl to Gillespie. That's gone high in the air. Blake is underneath it and takes it comfortably.
That was moving pretty quickly and he did well to cling onto it.
Ijaz Ali has taken 4 wickets now. This was how the wicket fell. Ijaz Ali to start another over of this long spell. Ijaz Ali has got him.
Too late now, it went straight through the gate.
Well, that score is just about competitive.
That's a low total by Australia. They'll be struggling to save this match. The batsmen really didn't apply themselves very well.
Ijaz Ali gets his 5th wicket.
He swung the ball from the start, yet with excellent accuracy.
Hogg is making his way. U.S.A. are about to start their first innings. It's straight at Ponting. Johnson waiting at the striker's end. Stopped by Hayden. McGrath to bowl to Johnson. Stopped in the covers. U.S.A. require 100 runs off 20 overs. McGrath to Johnson. Johnson waiting at the striker's end. That was a no ball by McGrath. Ponting is after it. That's found the gap in the field. There's the umpire signal. No ball. McGrath to bowl to Alexander. Hit straight to a fielder. U.S.A. require 98 to win. Alexander facing.
He must have been sleeping in the field when that ball was hit at him.
And the end of the over. The required run rate is around 5 and over. Johnson is now facing. Stopped in the covers. 98 runs required. Johnson waiting at the striker's end.
put some serious pressure on him.
Safely taken by Tom.
Well done, the field. He really backed up the bowler's effort.
Gillespie gets his first wicket. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Ramiro is the next batsman in. Gillespie to Ramiro. Out. He's been caught.
That was a lazy shot. Didn't get over it at all.
And that's out. Caught by Gillespie.
Might have looked easy, but it wasn't.
Gillespie gets his second wicket.
It's been a great spell of bowling out there, and he's troubled the batsman and deserves his wickets.
This was the end of the innings for Ramiro. The next batsman in is right-handed Musia. Gillespie on a hat-trick. Comfortably held by Couch.
Well, he just picked the fielder out perfectly with that shot.
Standing pitch.
Straight down the fielder's throat. The batsman will be kicking himself.
Gillespie gets his third wicket.
This has been a great exhibition of fast bowling.
This was how the wicket fell. The next man in is Staple. Gillespie to bowl to Staple. Steered expertly into the gap. That's cleared the boundary, 6 runs. That's the first boundary of the innings for U.S.A.
Well, he really hit that a long way. Exciting stuff.
We can have a look at that again. Staple facing. Kadich is chasing that one, comfortably held by Couch.
He got into great position to take that catch.
Great catch. This was how the innings ended for Staple. McGrath continues. Stopped in the covers. McGrath at the start of his run-up. Ponting is after that one. Stroked through the covers. He smashed that away. He found the gap with precision.
The bowler didn't do too much wrong there. It was just an excellent shot.
Let's see the action replay of that. Alexander facing. That's found the gap in the field. One run to Alexander. McGrath to Lambert. Hit straight at Hayden, 87. McGrath continues. Hayden is after it. He runs here. He was pushing his luck a little there. There's just one there. USA require 86 runs off 18 overs. McGrath to bowl to Alexander. Stopped in the covers. 6 runs came from that over for USA. The required run rate is around 5 and over.
They're keeping their run rate on par with the requirement.
Gillespie to begin a new over. Ponting is in pursuit, stroke through the covers. An easy single there to Lambert. Alexander waiting at the striker's end. That was a no ball by Gillespie. Hit straight to a fielder. There's the umpire's signal, no ball. Gillespie continues. Ponting is chasing that one, cut away. Ponting is not going to reach that. Gillespie is not impressed.
He picked that ball up beautifully. The bowler will have to be careful not to put the ball in that area again.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Alexander facing. Stopped by Hayden. They have 17 overs to get 80. Gillespie continues. Hit straight to a fielder. USA require 80 to win. Gillespie to Alexander. Hit straight at Hayden. Gillespie to bowl to Alexander. Ouch, that must have hurt. That over cost 6 runs. The required run rate is around 5 and over. These two players have now put on 11. And we have a change of bowling. Lambert waiting at the striker's end. Pushed into the gap. The sweeper picks up. Just 1 run. Hogg to Alexander. Stopped by Kadich. USA require 79 to win. Alexander facing. That was a no ball by Hogg. Hit straight at Simons. There's the umpire signal, no ball. Hogg to Alexander. Stopped in the covers. Alexander waiting at the striker's end. Stopped by Ponting. 78 runs required. Alexander facing. Hit straight to a fielder. Hogg to bowl to Alexander. Stopped by Clark. And the end of the over. The required run rate is around 5 and over. There's a change in the bowling for Australia. Lambert to face an over of spin. Should be some runs here. And that's out. Caught by Martin.
Might have looked easy, but it wasn't.
Well held.
That was a lazy shot. He'll regret that when he sees the replay.
Simons gets his first wicket. This was the end of the innings for Lambert. Blake is the new batsman for U.S.A. Blake waiting at the striker's end. Ponting has changed his field slightly. Hit straight to a fielder. Simons to bowl to Blake. Hit straight at Hussey. USA require 78, runs off 15 over. Simons to Blake. Hit straight to a fielder. Blake facing. Hit straight at Gillespie. Blake waiting at the striker's end. Hussey is chasing that one. He's worked that into the gap. Those are the first runs for Blake. 14 overs are left in the innings. The required run rate is around 5.5 and over. Hogg to begin a new over. Hayden is after that one. Blake just guides the ball down to third man. A single to Blake. Hogg to bowl to Alexander. USA more or less need a run of ball now. Hogg continues. Stopped by Ponting. USA require 75 to win. Hogg to Blake. Stopped in the covers. Hogg continues. Ponting is after it. He runs here. Superb shot. That wasn't a very good delivery.
The bowler put that right in his favourite area.
We can have a look at that again. Blake waiting at the striker's end. That was a no ball by Hogg. There's the umpire signal, no ball. Hogg continues. "13 overs are left for USA. The required run rate is around 5 and over. Simons to bowl to Alexander. It's straight at McGrath. Alexander facing. Hit straight to a fielder. Simons to continue with his off-spin. Stopped by McGrath. Simons to continue with his off-spin. He's got it into the gap. That's racing away to the cover boundary.
Well, that was a classic cover drive. A masterful shot, one the spectators love to see.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Simons continues. Hit straight at McGrath. Alexander facing. Stroke through the covers. Kadich just picks that up inside the rope. Another single to Alexander. Simons has bowled 2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 6. This partnership is now 13. There's a change in the bowling with the medium pace of Martin. Alexander waiting at the striker's end. Ponting has made a slight change to the field. Hit straight to a fielder. Martin to Alexander. Stopped by Gillespie. 65 runs required. Martin to Alexander. Stopped in the covers. Alexander waiting at the striker's end. That's good bowling. Alexander facing. Hit straight at Gillespie. They have 12 overs to get 65. Martin to bowl to Alexander. The required run rate is around 5.5 and over.
If they want to win this game, they should be thinking about getting a move on.
Simons to begin a new over. Ponting has made a change to the field. Blake waiting at the striker's end. Simons continues. Simons to bowl to Blake. Excellent bowling by Simons. Simons to continue with his off spin. That was a no ball by Simons. There's Simons to Blake. Simons to continue with his off spin. Ten overs are left for USA. The required run rate is around 6 and over.
That was a good, tight over for Australia.
Alexander facing. Australia have made an adjustment to their field. That's superb bowling from Martin. Martin continues. That's found the gap in the field. Martin to bowl to Blake. Stopped by Clark. Blake facing. Hit straight to a fielder. So they need 63 to win from 56 balls. Martin continues. Stopped in the covers. USA require 63 to win. Blake waiting at the striker's end. A very good over. Only one off it in the end. The required run rate is around 7 and over.
It's a little odd that the batsmen haven't made a wholehearted effort to stick with the required run rate.
These two players have now put on 13. Alexander to face an over of spin. Simons to Alexander. Simons continues. Simons continues. That's pierced the leg side field. 5 for 38. Simons to continue with his off spin. Simons gets his second wicket.
It's been a great spell of bowling out there, and he's troubled the batsman and deserves his wickets.
This was how the wicket fell. U.S.A. is the new batsman for U.S.A. Simons to bowl to U.S.A. Hit straight at Hogg. A very good over. Only one off it in the end. The required run rate is around 7.5 and over. Martin to begin a new over. Hit straight to a fielder. Alexander facing. He's worked that into the gap. Fielded by the man at long on. An easy single there to Alexander. U.S.A. waiting at the striker's end. That's turned away through mid-wicket. There's just one there, so they need 60 to win from 45 balls. Martin to Alexander. Hussey is not going to reach that. That was a perfectly executed cover drive.
Lovely shot. It raced away to the fence for 4.
We can have a look at that again. Martin continues. Play it away with comfort. Gillespie out at long on. Another single to Alexander. U.S.A. require 55 to win. U.S.A. waiting at the striker's end. That's cleared the rope. 6 runs. He picked that up beautifully.
The bowler won't like that one little bit.
Let's see the action replay of that. Alexander is now on strike. Australia have made an adjustment to their field. Gillespie out at long on. McGrath to bowl to U.S.A. McGrath gets his first wicket. U.S.A. makes his way back to the dressing room.
Well, they're through to the tail now and should tie up the innings quickly.
This was how the innings ended for U.S.A. The new batsman is the left-handed Dean. McGrath continues. That's over the rope. 6 runs off McGrath. The 50 is up for U.S.A.
Exciting stuff. He took a risk, but was well rewarded as the ball disappeared over the fence.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. McGrath continues. And 6.
He hardly seemed to hit it, but it's gone for 6.
We can have a look at that again. Dean facing. Fielded by the man at long on. McGrath to Alexander. It's high in the air. McGrath has only 1 over left now. These two have taken their partnership to 15. And we have a change of bowling. Gillespie to begin a new over. Ponting has made a change to the field. Steered expertly into the gap. Alexander takes his score to 26. Dean facing. Pushed into the gap. Kadich reaches it before it crosses the boundary. Just one run, so they need 32 to win from 34 for Gillespie to Alexander. That was a no ball by Gillespie.
You can't afford to bowl too many no balls in one-day cricket.
Fielded by the man out long on. There's the umpire signal, no ball. Gillespie continues. Hit straight to a fielder. Dean waiting at the striker's end. Gillespie gets his 5th wicket. This was how the wicket fell. Reed is the new batsman. Gillespie the bowl to Reed. Should be some runs here. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Gillespie. Gillespie, don't like that at all.
The fielder just watched it. Going.
Let's see the action replay of that. Gillespie continues. McGrath gets his 1st wicket. Take a look at that in slow motion. Alexander is now facing. There it goes. McGrath is underneath it and takes it comfortably.
That was moving pretty quickly and he did well to cling onto it.
Safely taken by McGrath.
The fielder did well there. He made it look easy, but it was a difficult catch to take.
Australia are looking very, very happy. So, to sum up then, Australia win by 23 runs. Thanks for joining us for today's play. We very much look forward to your company at the next match.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad.